Hello, welcome to episode 8 of the C.H. Booth Library's Book Chat. I'm Anne. I'm here with Fran and Lucy to talk about books. The first book that I'm going to talk about is Black Sun. I'll hold it up here. Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is the first volume in a planned fantasy trilogy inspired by the civilizations of the pre-Columbian Americas and woven into a tale of celestial prophecies, political intrigue, and forbidden magic. There are several main characters with separate but intertwined story arcs, some beginning years before, that come together in a holy city on the day of the winter solstice. In the year of this book, the solstice coincides with a total eclipse, the day a religious prophecy predicts the return of the crow god, who cultists believe will overthrow the current religious hierarchy. Like most epic fantasy, there's royal families, feuding factions, and scrappy outsiders who are just trying to make a buck but end up getting pulled into all the drama. So this was a really fun read, I thought, but also had some themes about the disruption of power and class systems and the fight for a more equal society. Try this if you've gone through other fantasy series like Game of Thrones or even the space epic Red Rising that I thought had a sort of a similar vibe to that. So if you like fantasy series, give this first one a try in a new series. Okay, who's gonna go next? Fran?
Yeah, I'll give it a go. Right, my name's Fran, and this is my book. It's called The Missing American. It's a book by this chap here. He did a series already of a male detective called Darko Dawson, and this time he started doing a series with a lady as the private detective. She is the daughter of a famous policeman who wants to take after her dad, but that doesn't work out, and she ends up being a private detective instead. And her first case is she's in an agency. She's not the lead detective, but her first case is this one where this American guy gets scammed in America and comes to Ghana, which is where they're always set, to find the woman who he met online, and he goes missing. So Emma Jan, who is the detective, has to see if she can find the American. And I won't spoil what happens, but it's a very interesting tale. There's lots of Ghanaian phrases and things in it, and I didn't realise till the end of the book that there's a key at the back, so that's a little tip. But I mean, you could basically work out what they're saying. So that was the first one, and he's now released the second one, which I haven't actually read yet, but I'm just about to start. But it's a very good story, and yeah, I haven't been into detective stories before, but this has really got me hooked. But that being said, I also have got into Robert Galbraith's detective stories with Cormoran Strike. Those are set in England. There are 5 of them, and they get progressively longer. But they are fantastic stories. Just like she writes Harry Potter, she has all these amazing details and incredibly complex cases. And apart from the story of the mystery that they're investigating, there's also the relationship of him and his partner, which is sort of threaded all the way through. So they're both fantastic books and a series. And I hope you start reading them.
Great.
Thank you, Fran. I have read them, and I didn't know there was a new one. I really like the relationship of Robin and Cormoran. Yeah, they're really good. Oh, good. Now I look forward to reading it. I'm going to talk about our book that we've chosen for the virtual book group, which is something everyone can go to. It's short, and you can download it from Hoopla, and the discussion is on February 25th at 7 o'clock. It is called Before the Coffee Gets Cold. It's translated from the Japanese. A playwright wrote it. It is his debut novel. His name is Toshikazu Kawaguchi. And it's a kind of magical realism. It is set in a small basement cafe in Japan, and the word is that you can travel back in time if you go to this cafe. The novel is kind of about regret. Um, with the wish that you could go back and change things. But one of the rules, there are many stringent rules, is you can't change anything. You can't undo things. You can't change the future. So I'm very curious to find out how this works. There are 4 different narratives. The first one, a young woman has allowed her boyfriend to move off to America, and she regrets that. Let's see, what's the second one? Oh, it's very theatrical, by the way. It's like a stage set almost. A man wants to go back in time to give his wife a letter. Anyway, I don't know what the other 2 are because I haven't read it yet. I like to read it close to the group. But you can get it from Hoopla, and I would love it if you would join us. Thank you.
That sounds great.
It does. That sounds really interesting, and that's really popular these days, these time travel, time loop type of, in this past year, everybody has a lot of things they wish they could do over, I guess. So I do have a couple of physical copies of that book too.
Oh, did they come in yet?
I'm not sure. I guess
I have a
I
hold
ordered
of
them, but okay. Maybe we don't have them yet. Anyway, that's if you're interested in talking about books, please join the virtual book club. You can find the link on our events webpage. Okay, so I have one other book to talk about, and I always like to talk about novels. The library has so many excellent novels. There's no way I'll ever get to read all the ones that I'm interested in, sadly. And this is made even more challenging because we also have a whole section of great nonfiction books. So this book that I have out now is nonfiction. It's called What It's Like to Be a Bird. It's a large format book, has beautiful illustrations combined with a lot of facts about birds. And one of the things that I like about this book is that each spread is about a particular type of bird. But that page will also have general information about birds too, like how feathers grow or how a bird's respiratory system is different than other animals. That's what's on this page about buntings. But so you can learn a lot from this, and books like this I think are great when you only have a few minutes to read. Maybe you don't have time or the mental energy to dive into an intense novel, but you just want to pick something up. You don't have a long time, but long enough to learn something about pigeons, or be a hit at your next party with lots of
I have to say, my daughter
very
has read that, and she has done that. She's come out with little little phrases about birds when there's been a lull in the conversation.
Good for trivia night or playing Jeopardy along with the TV. But no, it's interesting. Birds are hot, new thing. Bird watching became popular with the pandemic. And every year, there's something called the Great Backyard Bird Count. And that is coming up from February 12th to 15th. It's run by a few nonprofits. They try to get an idea of, how many birds are around. And right now we have a display of books about birds and birding that's in the lobby on the second floor. So if you're interested in learning more about birds, you can head up to the lobby and check out a great nonfiction book about birds. So that is all we have for our book chat for this month. We're trying to do this every month, so please check back on our YouTube page for more talk about birds.
And books.
Birds. No, I won't be talking about birds.
From now on. Be warned.
Okay. Bye.